We have to adjust to taking our mental wellness just as seriously as we would take our physical wellness.
The Chamber of Commerce. I believe that through hard work and perseverance, many things can be done.
You know, I'm getting to a point where I want to see the young people take the mound, take the light, take the torch, whatever they got to take, and run with it. 16, 19 on down to today, we need to know history. And we need to teach it. We need to show the students and teach them about what happened in this country. You know, we can't sweep this under the rug.
We are here working together, and as Dr. King says, we're all in this boat together. We're doing great things, but we still have a far piece to go.
Good evening, and welcome to a new edition of Urban Sentinel Live. I'm your host, Reggie Kearney. It's Monday night. What do we do on Monday night? It's all about Urban Sentinel Live. And tonight I have with me a young man, a rising hip-hop artist, all the way from Rahway, New Jersey. For you all that don't know, that's outside of New York City, outside of Newark, New Jersey. My man, Dan O. Dan O, what is up? What's going on?
What's going on, man? I'm happy to be here, man. Love it.
Good. I'm glad you can make it and to be with us tonight and be able to sit down for a few minutes so we can talk about what you're doing and and where you headed. Okay. So what you think about the Grammys last night?
Oh, I actually never get into. I didn't even see them. I didn't even get a chance to see them.
Uh-huh.
Man, yesterday, man, I was at work, man. I was at work and I just came home and fell asleep.
Man, well, you gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta make that money, know. But I enjoyed it. You know, I mean, I was flipping back, looking at the basketball game last night. But overall, it was pretty good. You know, the groups that they did perform, they did a good job.
I gotta check it.
Yeah,
check it out on YouTube later.
Yeah, so it was a good show. It was a good show. So look. We want to learn more about you tonight. We want to learn more about what you are doing. Tell me, what age did you decide you wanted to become a musician and become an artist?
Wow. What age? I think my sophomore year in high school. I think it was around 2015. So I think I maybe around 15 years old.
Okay.
I really started, sitting down, starting to jot down some thoughts and stuff about that. I really started listening to, at the time, Kendrick Lamar had dropped his album, To Pimp a Butterfly. Mm-hmm. And man, when I'm telling you, from that time, when I listened, I'm a 15-year-old just listening to this album. And that album just blew my mind away. So soon after I heard it, I immediately started just writing stuff down to see if I can, just start, creating something. And over time, I started getting better and better, and this is where I am today.
Okay. So when you decided you wanted to become a musician, become an artist, and you started jotting down, what was some of the, where did you reach down to get your inspiration there to write down those words, those phrases, those lyrics that you wanted to create into music, into sound?
Well, I feel like I always had it in me because I always had a love for hip hop. I don't know like where it comes from necessarily, but I always had like in my heart, always had like a lot of love for hip hop, like the drums and the bass and stuff like that. So I really just started keying in on that stuff, and then whenever I threw an instrumental on, it just everything just felt natural, like I did this in the past life or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so that's how I really feel about that one.
Now, before you say in 2015 you started having that urge to sit down and start writing, lyrics and things like that. Do you have a form of musical background, or you just like raw and just got a gift?
Well, musical background. I was at the time. Well, not in 2015. When I was a kid, I was in the studio with one of the West Coast hip hop legends. I think his name is Nocturnal. So
Uh-huh.
I was actually in the studio with him and Gary Orier at a young age with my mother, and I was just around that. So I think that's probably where I kind of got inspiration from. Like, so it just you know how just energy shifts, it transfers and stuff like that. So I felt like that latched on to me, and then just as as I grew up, I just started doing it.
Okay. Okay. Great. Because I know in your area y'all have a couple of legend groups. One hip hop group, Naughty by Nature. From
Yeah.
the area, Queen
Yep.
Latifah from that area.
Yep.
So you all got y'all got some musical legends. On that side of New Jersey, and then you got quite a few in the city, over
Yep.
in New York City. So you're in an area where there's a wealth of knowledge to draw from. From
Yep.
individuals who are out there doing their thing in the hip hop world. You know,
Mm.
from old school to today's hip hop. So
Yeah.
tell me, what did you think about old school versus the new genre of hip hop today? What you think about it?
Man, that's a conversation, man. Um, Hands down, I do gotta say, hands down, the older music is far superior. I'm talking about Tupac, Nas, Mary J, all those dudes, Big L, Big Pun, all those dudes. Those dudes were top tier. But now you got some of these young cats doing this stuff out here, like I'm doing. Um, I feel like I pay a lot of homage to the older music because I feel like that's where everything came from where we grow up from. Just it just tells a lot about us. So some of the dudes that's coming out now, I feel like they're pretty good. It may be a different sound from what it was in the '90s and in the early 2000s and stuff like that. But overall, some of these new cats, I like them.
Well,
Oh, excuse me, my bad. I'm sorry.
no, go ahead. Go ahead.
I have a pretty old soul myself. So yeah, I listen to, like I said, I listen to a lot of way older music. You can ask all my friends. All my friends say like, "Yo, this dude is this dude is like, what I mean?"
Be like, man, what you listening to? I ain't never heard that before. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
but I think everything evolves. I mean, I look at it when I was coming up, we were like into Earth, Wind, and Fire, Ohio players, and the groups of that thing. We went into the groups, that had the horn sections, the rhythm section, things of that nature. Then, when Sugar Hill Gang came in, Curtis Blow, and those guys came in, we started gravitating more towards hip hop, during that time. And I think what you have, music evolves, okay? I'll be honest with you. Sometimes, man, I'll be listening. I don't know what them guys are saying. Okay, I'll be like, "What are y'all saying?" Y'all really expressing yourself. I don't know a word you're saying. So I think it's always going to be. I think you're always going to see music evolve. It's going to always be a continuation. You know, uh, Hopefully, God will bless you to be around as long as I've been around, and you'll probably be saying, "What are they doing now?"
yeah,
Because it's going to change. I mean, it has changed. I think we've seen music get away from the groups, the horn sections, the rhythm sections, into what we have now, more individual type of music because of hip hop.
yeah,
It's something like that.
yeah, man. I feel like it's just gonna keep like you said. I feel like it's just gonna. I actually agree with that. I feel like it's just gonna keep changing, and
Mhm.
then when I get a little bit older, everybody's gonna be coming out with newer stuff, and it's like, what are these dudes talking about?
Right,
you
right,
know.
right.
So it'll change. It'll change. Everything evolves.
Now, do you have a mentor now, someone you turn to when you trying to put something together? You're having a brain freeze or anything like that? Do you have a mentor?
A mentor? No, I do not.
Mhm.
Everything was more. Everything was more. If I have like a major brain freeze, like it's rare that I turn to somebody. When I write, I'm a very, very particular person. So like I don't grab a lot from outside sources. It's very rare if I do. Like if I one of my best friends, his name is Kearney. This dude's probably one of my biggest inspirations, because he always just makes you want to work. You know what I mean? It makes you always want to do stuff. So sometimes I'll sit down or I'll call him up and be like, hey, listen, I'm stuck on this one song. What do you think I should do? And he'll give me feedback and stuff like that. One of my other friends do the same thing too. His name's Devin. He does, he gives me feedback on certain things or ideas I should do. So as far as mentors, no. I do have like a creative circle that I do keep. So, if I have that issue, I could just talk to somebody, you know what I mean?
Now, your creative circle, are these guys and gals, are they into music also?
Absolutely.
Okay.
We do have a little group page. It's called Unidentified Objects. It's like a little group we have. They are also independent artists themselves. It's just three of us.
Okay.
So they are independent artists themselves. So these cats here, they're nice, man. I'm telling you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I love those guys.
Good. Then would you say you're more in line with a Tribe Called Quest? Would you say
Tribe Called Quest?
Yeah.
Here and there, depending on the beat.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like depending on the beat and depending on my mood, a person that I could really, really describe myself or like compare myself to, I feel like that I'm like a early Nas, Jay-Z type of mixture. I got a lot of people that say I sound like early Jay, Dead President's one, the first one, not the second one. So I get a lot of people telling me I sound like those cats, especially if I put those songs on. They'll be like, "Is that you?" I'm like, "No, this is Jay-Z." I'm like, "Wow, you sound like him." I'm like, "Wow, thank you."
Hey man, that's a good compliment, man.
Yeah, it is.
Hey, no, it's not you, it's Jay-Z, and they'd be like, "Wow, you." Hey man, that's a good compliment. That's a good compliment.
But I do like to always the only thing I love the compliment, but I do sometimes I do want to create my own, persona. Like, of course, who doesn't want to sound like Jay-Z? Jay-Z is probably one of the best that ever did it. But I do want to create my own, thing. If you get what I'm saying.
Right. You want to be your own person. You want to stand out from the crowd. You don't want nobody saying, "Oh, Dano's stealing from Jay-Z. He sounds just like Jay-Z." You want to have your own style.
Exactly.
And
exactly.
That's great. That's great. So tell me something about your new song, your EP and everything, and just talk to us for a few minutes about what you're doing.
Okay. So excuse me. This song's called Chrome. This song, man, this is probably one of my best works. One of my best works. Probably not one of my best verses. One of my best pieces of music. I talk a lot about in that song. I talk a lot about like financial freedom, and I feel like us here in America. I think everybody wants that. Everybody wants that, sensation of just not like filthy stinking rich, but like just not being able to worry about, oh, am I going to be able to pay this bill next week, or oh my God, I got to pay my car insurance next week. Just let all that stress just go away. You know what I mean? And then that song. Yeah, like I said, man, that song is a really great song, and I talk a lot about who we are as people of color too. Also, touch a little bit on that here and there, how we were, kings and queens and stuff like that, and how we sometimes we fall from grace sometimes.
Yes, we do that sometimes. And that's a shame that we do that.
Yeah, man.
So let's let the people hear a little bit of what you're doing here.
Listen, chrome wheels, chrome watch, chrome chain. Future so bright, it'll make you just go insane. Yeah, I got them scared, so they saying they fear. I keep them disoriented like I did in solar flare. I ride around the lap cars, I like what bitches stare. I accelerate when I hear another snare. I accelerate rap shit, you cannot compare. You cannot sit on the throne, cause I'm the air. Fire from my fingers like I'm Zuko. The way I split the earth, I'm a legend, nigga, you know. The way I split the water, can't fuck. I'm a star. You can never mess with this shit, I'm that avatar. Listen, black chains, black cars, black stars. Black activists, black people, black bars. N-E-G, yes. Don't know the definition, ask Kevin Hall. I'm niggas do anything from clout. You a get rich scheme, that's no doubt. Rock flea, monkey jeans, still look like I go out. You blew a band on Supreme with nothing to show out. It's a shame, that's a sad. I see faces stay in pain. It's the blame, cause I win, cause a nigga knew the game. On my brain, I be stressing just to stay up in my lane. High school, I was lame, not everyone know my name. That's crazy. In my family, I'm the chosen one. Bring balance to the force, you know the chosen one. Skywalking across the world, yeah, you know it's son. Yeah, my words so hard, it'll lead these niggas up. Listen. Gold bitches, gold satchels, gold satchels. When a nigga die, King Tut and Cleopatra can take the wealth with me. But my tomb look good. Booby traps in the room, protect my goods. And having up, ripping up Cooper, all that supercharged. Nigga, roll scar was smoking tire moss. Fucked up all the brothers, so sparks. 0 to 100 at the start. Big ass hood, don't try to start. And when I gotta leave this world, I'm my own. Hope y'all sing about me when the nigga gone. And when y'all move on, and my family is on. I make everything they own. Drifted chrome, chrome. Drifted chrome. Drifted chrome. Drifted chrome. Chrome.
Man, that song, man. That song, man. Oh my God.
That sounds great, man. Sounds great.
Man, I love that song, man. I gotta give a shout out to the producer for that instrument. That man, that song is nice, man.
Yeah. Because it flows good. I like the music, I like the background singers, I like the lyrics, everything is just flowing together, So you've created a great sound. Now let's talk about your creation. So how did you lay the tracks down for this song? Because you got the background singers, you got the music, who created the music for you that you're using?
The producer's name is A&E Beats. Mm-hmm. So he ended up making an instrumental, and I actually found this beat. I actually was searching through because there's this app now called BeatStars now. Mm-hmm. So you can actually it's like a basically a market for beats. So you just scroll through. So one day I was just scrolling through and I just found it, and I just saw I was like, this is going to be my song. This is going to be a song. Mm-hmm. Signed up for it. Bought it, did the business with the man, and good for the man. Like that guy can really make beats, man. I got to tell you that, man. He really can make beats. So, as far as that, instrumental wise, everything was already set up. So all I did was I just wrote to it, took it to the studio, laid the track down, mixed and mastered it. And it was already a masterpiece before mixing. You know what I mean? Before when I recorded it flat, it was already a masterpiece. It was already done.
Okay, great.
And
the background singers?
The background, I actually don't know who sung that. That's the thing. I gotta ask him. Whenever I get in contact with him, I gotta ask him that, because the singer, I'm not too sure if it's a sample or if it's somebody singing actually.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I gotta actually ask him about that. That's a really good question.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, no, they did a great job of mixing it for you and,
Great. Oh my God.
created a song, created it for you.
Oh my God.
So now, when are you going to release Chrome? Or have you already released it?
Chrome is already actually released. It's actually been out ever since I think early February.
Mm-hmm.
February. Excuse my French if the people that love that song be like, no, you released it on this day. I think early February I released it. So right now it's actually currently on all platforms. You can find it on YouTube, Pandora, Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal. It's probably on 20 other different platforms as we speak. SoundCloud, anything else that could probably cross my mind, I could probably say.
Okay, great. Yeah, that is great. Now, are you signed to a record label?
Nah, I'm actually independent.
Oh, you're independent? Okay.
Yeah.
What do you think? That's probably the best way to keep the money for yourself.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Keep the money for yourself. Because if you can do everything that you need to do as far as promoting it, that's the biggest chunk of money that musicians lose. That they claim that they lose because the record labels claim they're doing so much in promotions and stuff. If you can hold on to that money, you can hold on to that money. Hold on to it. I mean, just do that.
And it's as much as, in all honesty, as much as labels really do sometimes help the artists out, sometimes me personally, I feel like I should just stay independent, like indefinitely type of deal, because at the end of the day, rap is a business at the end of the day. So the whole, sometimes the whole point of things that you sometimes is just that, I don't do this to get super duper, quadruple million famous and stuff like that. I do that because it's right here, you know what I mean? So, eventually one day everything's gonna just follow suit. So I want to get to a point where I don't have to, work for nobody, if you get what I'm saying. At the end of the day, some of these dudes that sign these record deals, you're still getting the boss. You're still getting the manager. You're still getting, what I mean, like I could pick this up and put it down for a week, or if I have to, type of deal. What I mean, staying independent, and that's what I really enjoy, because you don't have the pressures of somebody. Oh, did you finish? Did you do this? Did you do this? You know what I mean? So I think that's a better for me personally. I think that's a better solution for me, in all honesty.
Now, as far as going out and hanging out, and presenting your music to the community and to the masses, where do you mainly hang out as far as your concerts and things like that? Where are you doing concerts at?
So I've only actually performed like locally. I did for my mom's birthday party. I had to do this song, and I think it was at like a lounge or a bar or something like that. Like a couple years back before the whole coronavirus thing. That's probably really the only place I performed live. I am currently trying to see if I can get, like gigs here and there and stuff like that to see how everything is. So yeah, that's really the only place I really performed at. I did damn good though, I'll tell you that. Everybody was like, "Oh, do another song, do another song." Everybody was like, "Do another song, do another song."
Oh boy, so you did good, huh?
Yeah.
So look, now how many songs do you have on your EP so far?
EP. So now with that, it's not currently complete because I keep adding songs and taking away songs.
Oh, okay.
So as of right now, maybe about 6 or 7 for right now. I'm thinking about giving it 15, but I'm not too sure right now because I want it to be a certain feeling. You know what I mean? So the name of the EP, because I never actually told anybody the name of the EP, but nah, I'm not gonna tell you that. Nah, not yet.
Come on, man. Not yet, man.
Nah, man. I gotta make it. I gotta make it, man.
You gonna make it. You gonna make it. Like I said, if the rest of your EP sounds like what we just heard, you gonna make it, man.
Thank you, man.
You gonna make it. I mean, you got a good smooth sound. I like it. I really like it.
Appreciate it.
I have a good ear for music. When I was very heavy into music, I was a trombone player and a piano player. So
Oh wow.
I have a very good ear for music, and I played in all different types of music: jazz, R&B, symphonic stuff. I mean, so I got a gospel. I got a good ear. Okay, so if I say it's gonna do it, it's gonna do it. Okay.
Thank you.
I like good music. I really like good music.
Listen, man. It's more stuff's coming soon, man. I'll announce it. I'll tell you first.
Okay, I appreciate it. Now you probably tell Yolanda first, and then me second. Okay.
Probably.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see who I get in
Right.
contact with.
Right, but no, you're doing good, man. You're doing good. So, how many songs have you written so far?
So far,
Mm-hmm.
wow. I've written a lot of songs. I probably have songs that are complete and songs that are incomplete. In total, I probably have maybe about 250 songs just laying around.
Oh, you trying to be a little Prince, huh?
Yeah.
Have a library of songs, huh?
Yeah, man. I just have literally just a library of songs. Some of them, it's not some of them are for me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's just for me up here type of deal. Like some like Chrome, for example, or Resonate. That's another one of my songs. That's only on SoundCloud though. Some of those songs like that are I put out to the public type of deal because those are I feel like they belong. Everybody should hear it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Some songs I feel like they're kind of right here, and they kind of gotta stay right here. It's weird. It's weird for me.
Mm-hmm. Now, how do you gauge the public's acceptance of your music, whether they like it or not? How do you gauge that?
Listen, in all honesty, everybody that I show my music to, especially songs that I'm on with other people and stuff like that, everybody says, "Yo, man, listen, that song." I get people freaking out, "Yo, that song is really good, bro." Did you put it on this platform? Yada 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 yada. And this is me not even tooting my own horn. I'm a pretty humble dude. I don't toot my own horn, so. When I'm saying it, it's legit. Listen, people have told me my stuff is legit, and then I get some people here and there. It's oh, I like it, but it could be, you could do this, you could do this. You know what I mean? So I do enjoy the positive, but I really love the negative. If you get what I'm saying, because I feel like the negative builds you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. And you're right about that because if you never get anything negative, you will always think you got the best out there, and people tell you that don't sound like nothing. But if you don't hear it, so it's good to hear that. That way you can polish up where you need to polish it up at. Keep creating something that's better than the first time. So you need that constructive criticism.
Yeah, that's what I love. What I love it, man.
Yeah, you definitely need it. So if you ever need a female producer, call me up. I'll let you use my daughter. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah,
We can give you a call, man.
Yeah, she has all that stuff. She's she's into producing and everything. That's what she went to school for and all that kind of stuff. You and her would probably be to talk the lingo better than you and I can talk. Okay. Most definitely. So
okay. What's that?
Yeah. So she's good at what she does and everything. But the only thing has been it's hard, for women to really get into the industry like they need to be and everything because she worked with a couple of studios here in the DC area, and I think guys got kind of offended because she knew a whole lot. So then
Yeah.
they kind of stop pushing her away and stuff like that, because she'll give them suggestions and she'll show them things. They don't like that. They're like, man, this young girl coming in here like she know everything. Which, I mean, she knows her stuff.
I mean, she went to school for it, so
Yeah, I mean, she knows her stuff, so she can tell you, whether or not the sound is right or what you're doing or whatever, But I think a lot of guys, because they don't want to hear that, especially a young person, coming and telling them,
yeah. They already got this built ego already.
Yeah. So if you just ever need a guest producer, let me know. She'll be glad to drive up to the studio.
Absolutely. I might have to hit you up for a couple of jazz singles I'm thinking about doing.
Okay, do that, man. Do that. Sounds good. So look, everyone, we've been talking tonight to up and coming hip hop artist Daniel out of Rahway, New Jersey. The brother has a good sound. He's doing great. I want y'all to follow him on Instagram at morsel._man. Let's push this young man to the next level and everything. I see great things coming out of him in the future. So Dano, very quickly tell everyone where they can hear the song we just played. What was the name of the song again?
It's called Chrome.
Chrome. Tell everyone where they can go listen to Chrome at, where they can find your music at.
Well, it is on Apple Music, Spotify, SoundCloud, YouTube, Tidal, Pandora. Like I said, about 16 different ones that I cannot name right now. But yeah, it's literally on everything. You can't just if you put it on Google. I swear to God, if you Google it, it'll just pop up.
Okay. So everyone, you heard my man. Want you to go out and sometimes just go to some of the sites. I think most of y'all probably know the sites where you can go and listen to Chrome. Let's support this young man that's pushing to the next level. Dano, it's been great talking with you tonight, spending some time with you. Any final words for the audience before you leave?
Just take a listen, man. Take a listen and just whatever you take away from it, man, take away from it, man.
Okay. Sounds like a plan. So look, everyone, I want y'all to go out and, before I sign off, you all that love politics, come back tomorrow night to Real World News TV, where myself and Sharon Tappet will be discussing black men and stereotypes, Will and Chris. And, I think that's a pretty good subject to discuss right now, because what's happening, a lot of people are throwing those stereotypes out of black men, true or false. I mean, we've got to continue to build ourselves up in the community. We got to keep building our young men up, the older men up. We can't get ourselves caught up in these stereotypes. So come back tomorrow night for Real News TV. The time, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5:30 Pacific Time. So if you're in between, figure your time out for me, please. Okay? So, hey, man, it's been great talking to you tonight, Dano. And like I said again to the audience, please go out, support this young man, up and coming hip hop artist. He's got some good stuff, some good sounds, some good music. Okay. Until the next time, Dano, you and I will be talking, hopefully some more offline. Take care. Good night, everyone. Be safe. Have a great week. Peace.
Peace.